So yeah, so I don't have anything new that to show you. The fall stuff is starting to come out now. Spirit of Halloween is open now, which is the best time to get your makeup and lashes. I haven't heard anything about any new stuff from Spirit of Halloween yet, but I'm pretty sure that if Fantasy Makers came out with anything new, it will be rising to the surface now. I know this year it was the biggest section I ever saw for Fantasy Makers at Spirit of Halloween, but it really didn't look like anything was new except for the tattoos. That they have like new tattoos, but and I think they also had like new press-on nails. So yeah, I cut my nails down. So yeah, so really nothing new about as far as I know about makeup. Just that the fall stuff's coming out, and pretty soon you're gonna start seeing, maybe the Fantasy Makers. Or last year, instead of Fantasy Makers, they had the Halloween Wet n Wild display at Walgreens. So I have seen the Venice Beach collection popping up at CVS now, which is weird. I don't know why they didn't. Last year they got the fall collection at around this time. Now they got the summer Venice Beach collection in a black display. So I'm not sure what was up with that. As far as my I just wanted to give you a little update on my health. I was gaining weight and I was feeling sicker, and while taking the pills from the doctor, the high blood pressure, I was getting, I have, sometimes I get numbness in my hands, and I thought it was from the diabetes, but the doctor said it's from a pinched nerve, and that, because it usually goes away after I wake up, so he says it's the way I sleep. But the pill that the doctor gave me was Child Strength. It was prescription with Child Strength, and it was making me worse and worse. It was making, I was having this burning, painful sensation in my hands in the middle of the night, and I couldn't go back to sleep. The pharmacist told me that the pills make you groggy, but I figured since it's adult strength, I should be okay. Well, I was sleepy. I was tired all the time. I thought that it was just the injection that I got from the diabetes doctor, but no, I just was tired all the time. So she was right about that. And again, I was so tired. I mean, I could, there's like 100 things that I can do. And I was forgetting to do a lot of them because I was just so tired all the time. So I was getting that really bad painful numbness. And so I said, well, let me cut it down to, instead of taking it twice a day, once a day. I was sleeping, but let me tell you, I've had problems sleeping since I was, as long as I can remember. And I was sleeping through the night with those pills. And I said, well, let me cut it down to just taking one pill. Instead of during the day, I'll just take one pill a night. But it was just getting worse and worse, that this numbing, painful feeling in my hands. And I was getting scared, And then I started getting chest pains. And I wasn't sleeping through the night anymore because the pain in my hands was so bad. And so I looked up side effects. And the side effect for that was that pill, even though it was Child Strength, was if you feel any of these things, stop taking them type of thing, which always happens to me. And so it was that pain, and I don't know if it said a numbing pain, but I know it said joint pain, which I was experiencing that. I was gaining weight. I was just like, I felt like I was gaining a pound a week. I went up, after I lost 81 pounds, I went from 408 down to 318, and then I was up to 341. And I'm like, because every time if my kids went to the doctor or I was just weighing myself, and I'm like, what is going on? I was feeling really bad joint pain. I was too tired. I mean, I want to exercise so bad, but I'm just so tired all the time. And these pills were just giving me so much pain. And it said weight gain and chest pains. And I was like, I don't understand why I've been taking these pills for a month and I'm getting pains in my chest. It's supposed to make things easier on me. It's supposed to make things better for me. It's supposed to prevent heart attacks, not cause them. So I stopped taking the pill. It's been almost a week and I'm actually feeling better. So, yeah, I wanted to, let you guys know that I've been looking and reading a lot about, coming across articles about taking these medications. And I mean, call me a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes I feel like these medications were meant to make the pharmacists rich. It's meant to keep you going back to the doctor. It's really not helping you. It's making you worse. And that's how I feel about these medications. And I know that, people have told me that they have family members who just did an exercise as well as eating right, an exercise routine, and that's how they got rid of their problems. And it's just that's the exercise thing is the thing that's getting to me. I want to so bad, but I'm just so tired. And it's not like if the fitness center is right next to me anymore. I'm all the way at the back of the complex, and it's all the way at the front, and just walking there, I'm just so exhausted. So and when I do brain work, it's more exhausting to me. I've been doing more a lot of necessary phone calls that I need to make for this, that, and the other thing, for my kids and my family and myself. And after being on the phone for a couple of hours, your brain just hurts. It just hurts, and you're exhausted. Mental exhaustion, I think emotional exhaustion is just as bad as physical exhaustion. I think it makes you physically exhausted. So I know that that's the answer to my problem. I just need to get started and keep to it. But just a heads up, if you feel that pills are making you worse, sometimes I think if, again, conspiracy theory, if we could all eat organically grown foods, we would be much healthier. But you can't grow your own food. And what gets me mad is that these health foods are so much more expensive. We go to Whole Foods once a month, or not every month. I used to go once a month. I've gone less. But it's just, we've shopped at Whole Foods like once or twice, and it practically takes your entire paycheck. It's just too expensive. But if you could get organically grown food that isn't chemically treated, you would be so much healthier. The canned foods, because everything, and the canned foods have salt, and they have sugar, and if we were just able to afford healthier food, then we wouldn't be sick as much. And I heard the doctors won't tell you that because they want you to keep coming back to them. But if you took care of yourself, if you could afford, let me put it this way, if we could afford to take care of ourselves better, then I think that we wouldn't have half the problems that we have, as far as physically. I even heard one person say that eating the right foods could even treat like mental illness. And I know a lady who did that, but I'm not even going to go there, because both my kids are on medications that work, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not talking about mental illness, although I've heard that it even helps that, because the foods that you eat will correct the chemicals in your body. So it'll correct the chemicals in your brain that are making you mentally ill. So, that's what they say. But I wouldn't even go there until you studied that, and, because, all these health foods are expensive. But as far as like physical problems, high blood pressure, diabetes, I really think that just eating right and exercise is the cure to most of those problems. Even cancer, where do you think we get cancer from? Why do we have so much cancer now than we did before? Because our food is so processed. And all that process is like toxic to your body. So, I've restricted my diet so much, and I went a little crazy last year, when my dog died. I'm doing better and better and better. Have weaned myself off it again. I believe, again, you have to have your cheat days or you'll go crazy. So, but I just felt like I was really trying harder and buckling down on my eating. Why was I gaining the weight? And it was a side effect of the high blood pressure pill, even though I had the child prescription strength. So, like I said, I've been off of it for a few days, and I've been feeling a lot better. But yeah, so, just a heads up. Just letting you know how I feel, and then, kind of like giving you, some advice and stuff. So yeah, so that's it. Like I said, either next week I'm gonna work on a different. I'm done with my Greed palette looks. I'm sure there are. You got 6. You could do at least whatever, a good 5 to 10 looks probably out of this. But yeah, so I'm done with that palette. I'll either work on another palette or do the flower palette. So yeah, so that's it. And you know, hopefully we'll find out soon if there's any new fantasy makers. And so yeah, so I will see you next week with another Wet n Wild palette.